In 1960, my grandfather, James Sprouse, rigged a Remington 721 to a kitchen chair beside his bed. He used a pulley system, which he attached to the trigger, the barrel aimed strategically at his pillow. He laid down on the bed and gave the self-entwined string a tug. The attempted suicide was complete. If only someone had known. His sister later jumped from the Russell Bridge into the Ohio River below and was drowned. And her 19-year-old son sat back in an easy chair, lodged the barrel of a rifle against the roof of his mouth, and pulled the trigger. If only someone had known. In 1969, I was 11 years old. Both parents had died and I was in the second of 7 foster homes, but I was oddly in love with life. Classmates argued over who would be my science partner and what position I would hold in class office. After class one day, my teacher, a romantic poet at heart, asked me if everything was all right. He told me with great tenderness that no one was as happy as I was all the time. He taught me the words to Vincent, a tribute to one of our most celebrated artists, Vincent van Gogh. In 1890, Vincent van Gogh walked out into a field and fatally shot himself for the good of all, he had written in a pre-suicide letter. My teacher saw that same manic depression in me. If only someone had said something. But nobody did. So over the next 36 years, I fluctuated between mania and depression, between sadness and shame for not being normal. In 2005, my sister Vicky put a .38 caliber pistol just under her left earlobe, diagonal to the crown of her head, and pulled the trigger. An unopened bottle of lithium sat on her dressing table. If only someone had known enough to say more. In 2003, I watched my own 19-year-old son draw a butcher knife to his throat and threaten suicide. I dropped to my knees in despair and fear for his life. I know about the torment that comes with a diagnosis of mental illness. But thanks to the dedication of a very caring community mental health center, I also know about the extraordinary possibilities for recovery. I cannot, will not be silent. It is my hope, on behalf of the millions of mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, and children who suffer with mental illness, and of the 30,000 precious lives that will be lost to suicide this year, that we each will make the choice to break the stigma, the silence, and the shame that surrounds mental illness. How can we not when we know?